Welcome back. Well, Trey, it's a time for NFL fans right now. It's Christmas. It's either Christmas or it's time to get some cold, depending on how your team went. I mean, the draft this week, it was a pretty exciting moment.
Yes, it is, Spencer. And that loud breathing you hear is the Philadelphia fans wheezing now that the draft is almost over and Chip Kelly has not traded the Liberty Bell. That's a good thing. Angela Santoro has more on the happenings of this draft wraps up tonight. Angela.
They're going to keep the Liberty Bell over there, guys. Thank you. But yes, no Marcus Mariota, but the Eagles draft picks have actually looked pretty solid so far. This week we have PhillyVoice.com's Jimmy Kemsky, who's back with us to talk about these draft picks. Jimmy, thanks for joining us tonight. What can you say about the Eagles draft picks so far?
I think the wide receiver was obviously a clear need of theirs. They got one in the first round. Cornerback and safety was also a clear need, and they got a guy that can do either of those two things. And then in the third round, inside linebacker wasn't as much of a need because they have a lot of players there. Initially, I think that they bring in Hicks to eventually replacing DeMeco Ryan. So again, it's getting up there in age and may not have much of a football life left after he ruptured his Achilles for the second time in about 4 years.
Well, after you saw Marcus Mariota get selected by the Titans. You saw fans on the TV, the Eagles fans were covering their faces. So I'm hoping to put some hope back into those fans and put them at ease right now. What does this mean for the QB position in Philly?
It means that Sam Bradford will be the quarterback heading into the 2015 season. He has 1 year left on his deal. He's going to make $13 million in 2015. So, he's a guy that is sort of on a tryout for the Eagles for one season. And if he's good, maybe the Eagles sign him to a contract extension. Maybe they sign him to a contract extension before the season even begins. But, yeah, certainly he's going to be the guy. Mark Sanchez will be the backup. And then it's to be determined whether they draft another guy to give Matt Barkley some competition in training camp for that number 3 job.
All right, well, it looks like everything is going to be in the hands of Sam Bradford, which that might be a good or a bad thing. But what other positions are needing to be filled on this team?
You have a lot of guys on the offensive line that are getting old simultaneously. You don't really want that because once those guys start to decline, it can all happen simultaneously, and then you have a bunch of positions on that line that you have to fill all at once. So I would imagine that they'll bring in some youth through the draft. I'm surprised they haven't already. But, yeah, O-line is by far, in my opinion, their biggest need for the draft.
Okay, well, yes, I definitely agree. They're definitely going to need some help on the line there. PhillyVoice.com's Jimmy Kemsky joining us tonight. Thank you so much for talking with us despite a crazy draft schedule. Guys, I don't know. It's really hard for me to see the light at the end of the tunnel with Sam Bradford as your starting quarterback. It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Spencer, Trey?
I don't know what they're upset about. I mean, this is clearly why you bring in Tim Tebow, right? I mean, he's going to be the – I can't even say it with a straight face. Still don't understand that. I mean, look at what Chip Kelly has done since he's gotten there. I don't understand how this guy hasn't been ran out of town yet. I mean, it has gone from just wait and see what he does in the draft to now, what did you just do in the draft in such a hurry? I mean, and how awkward is this going to be for Bradford? Everyone and their mother knows that he was trying to trade him in order to go get Mariota. Didn't get him, so now it's, I was just kidding. I actually really want you to quarterback my team.
We really wanted you the whole time. Well, I thought plain and simple it was a reach, not reaching for Nelson Aguilar in the first round at 20. I like what they did in the second round with Eric Rowe. I think the kid Hicks in the third round is going to be a good player, but I finally figured it out, Spencer. Chip Kelly is going to be playing quarterback.
Apparently.
He's going to be playing quarterback. So Eagles fans, do not fret. Chip Kelly has everything under control.
He looks like he's in the prime condition to run that 6-second offense right there. Well, good luck, Philly fans. I guess at this point we'll see what happens. It's time for another quick commercial break, but coming up next, it is what you have all been waiting for, our top plays of the week. Keep it right here.
Hi, my name is Haley Andrews. I'm the pitcher for Woodbridge High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.